What is up? This is your LA in a minute, and I'm here in Culver City in front of the original Sizzler, which was America's first steakhouse chain, and at one point its largest with more than 700 locations. Today, however, only 77 remain. So how did Sizzler lose its sizzle? Let's get into it.
Steak and Malibu chicken at the Sizzler.
Sizzler brings the choices.
A lot of food for a shrimp of a price.
Sizzler.
Delmar, or Del Johnson, was an ice cream salesman from Illinois that came across a story in the Wall Street Journal in 1957 that told the success of a steakhouse chain in New York and Chicago that offered a steak, baked potato, and salad for the rock-bottom price of $1.09. Now, in LA at the time, fast food was in its infancy, and the drive-in and drive-thru were both wildly popular. Steakhouses were also starting to permeate the LA landscape, but there was nothing in the middle where that steakhouse was. Somewhere to order at the counter, but have your food brought to you, affordable, convenient, and delicious. Johnson knew there was a place for his concept, Sizzler, which was named after the sound a steak makes when it's put on a hot plate. Along with his wife, Helen, he opened the first Del's Sizzler family steakhouse out of a converted garage right here in Culver City in 1958. Del ran the kitchen and prepared the 5-item menu, while Helen was in charge of the register, service, and decor. And the premise was simple: an affordable steak dinner for you and your family. The formula was a resounding success, and it led to a dozen more locations within 3 years. Johnson was one of the first restaurant entrepreneurs to offer franchising, and by 1967, there were 164 Sizzlers throughout the western United States. That was when Johnson approached one of his largest franchisees, James Collins, about purchasing the operation. Collins was also one of the largest franchisees of Kentucky Fried Chicken, and he tried to upscale Sizzler to include steak-seafood combination platters, and the change was embraced. By 1972, Sizzler had expanded to 200 locations in 23 states and was, well, sizzling. They introduced their famous salad bar in 1978, the first ever by a chain, and famous for offering both hot and cold items. Within a decade, Sizzler expanded internationally from Thailand to Kuwait to Australia. And by 1992, Sizzler reached 786 restaurants worldwide, generating sales of over $1 billion per year. By the early 90s, increased competition stifled growth. And by 1995, they rebranded as a buffet-style restaurant, which led to a painful contraction. And the next year, they filed for bankruptcy. They were squeezed out from both the top and the bottom as both higher-end steakhouses and fast casual chains with better quality and lower prices proliferated. Sizzler tried to recover, once again emphasizing steak, seafood, and the salad bar. But locations continued to close as ownership was transferred from one private equity firm to another. They implemented changes, including a remodel at most of the remaining 77 locations, and they returned focus to the iconic salad bar, which was slated to grow and change and include a beverage bar, cold salads, hot appetizers, and an expanded dessert bar. But one thing won't change though: the steaks. Sizzler still serves almost 1 million steaks per year, only at a little bit different of a price point than what Del and Helen Johnson imagined when they opened the original Sizzler almost 70 years ago, right here in Culver City. All right, LA, it's been a minute. This steak is not sizzling, not even a little.